guys, welcome to Keeping It Real Estate. Colleen's running late. There she is, as per
Sorry,
usual.
I'm late. I'm here.
On the phone, probably. You know how it is. What are you wearing? It's not Christmas time. What are you wearing?
Well, I thought that you were getting a lot of attention for your sweaters
Oh,
lately.
here we go.
And I wanted some attention today.
She's got to one-up me. Always
Guess
got to
what it
one-up.
says? It's very fitting.
Bite me.
Yeah.
A gingerbread cookie? Yeah, well, whatever.
All right. Sorry I'm late. Let's get into it.
So, stats, market stats, February 2020.
February 2020.
2023, wow.
I was going to say 2022.
I'm still in the past here.
Yeah.
So let's get right into the stats. So for February, we are literally up $10,231 average sale price from January 2023. So a little bit of change, not crazy, but
Not crazy, just
yeah.
a little.
A few houses could have skewed that too, so
Yeah.
you never know.
That's the thing with all of these stats is that there could be a couple $1 million sales or something like that can skew the entire month.
Yeah,
So-
a couple like some vacant land or stuff that may be a little bit on the lower end of the,
Exactly.
the price that skews it as well too.
So keep in mind that there are outliers that might skew the results, but obviously it's still good to look
Yep,
at the stats so we have an idea of
Stay up
what's
to date.
coming up.
true.
Actually, I was looking, and December was 328, in and around 328,000 for average sales price.
2022?
So, yep.
Yep.
So I thought the market was maybe changing, but it doesn't look like it.
No,
It's
yeah,
already
because
down.
the fixed rates kind of went down a little bit at the end of January. I think 4.79. Obviously, some caveats around that, but
Yeah.
4.79 fixed rate is kind of right within the norm, but it went down a little bit, so that really helped a few people.
Yeah, it's true. It's busy out there, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely the last couple weeks.
February 2022, so COVID pricing still. The average sales price was 470,000. So what are we at again now? We are at, for this month,
For
420. So $50,000 below.
substantial,
Yeah.
but the
Enough.
interest rates were. I mean, some people were getting them at 1-2%. That's kind of unheard of a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
So buying power was up.
Yep.
Yeah, and moving into listings. So our listings last month in January 2023 was 47, and then this month it almost doubled, not quite. We're at 72
Yeah.
for February, and then that's up, 25 more, which is kind of normal. It starts to get to the spring market. Should be more in spring. And if we're looking back to February 2020, pre-COVID, we were at 82. So we're not too far off from pre-COVID kind of new listings. So
Yeah.
we're kind of right within the norm. It usually peaks springtime.
Yeah.
I think we were just looking at that in the new listings. We'll put like a little graph up for them to see too.
Yeah,
Maybe that's
perfect.
pretty entertaining, but I think we're looking
So March 2021 was the highest inventory that we've had. But usually
Yeah.
it's around, last year was around May. So it'll be interesting to see when we start.
Yeah, last year in May we were at 206, and then our highest one we had was March 2021 at 236.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a lot. of
And now we
houses
have
on the market.
72 right now. That's
Yeah.
a big difference.
It's trending up, so hopefully we'll get into the triple digits next month, but
Yeah, that'd
we'll
be
see.
nice.
We'll see.
Exactly. Sold homes. So we'll talk about how many homes have sold. So January was super quiet. We only had 25 sales in the entire month. This month, 64 sales. This might change again. This is the first day. If there's any
Yeah, a couple late entries. I know there was a couple
last month.
offer dates yesterday in a couple homes. So those will probably be getting inputted into today. I don't know
That's
if they'll
true.
be into the stats just yet, so it might change a little
It
bit.
might change a little bit, but as of right now, we're at 64 sales in February, which is, I believe, when I was looking at the stats, normal to pre-COVID.
Yeah, looking back to where were we in March, February 2020 was 68. So
Yeah,
right within the
64.
norm.
Yeah.
Moving in from there, you just looked at the home sold. So average days on market, that can always be subjective too, because I think what we were talking about a little bit is sometimes people are still in like that height of COVID prices, and I want to get top dollar because my neighbor got this, and sometimes those homes sit, right?
Yeah.
And those are what can kind of skew the numbers.
It's hard in a market like this to kind of strategize and figure
Yeah,
out, like,
it's always changing.
yeah, what you want to do, because even when you're underpricing right now, you might not get multiple offers. So you got to really go with what has sold currently in the last
Yeah, look at those
60 to
comparables
90
and
days.
get your agent to do all that work for you.
Yep, that's what we're here for.
That's what we do. So average days on market was 27 in January. We're now to 33 in February, so up 6 days.
I find that so weird because we're up average sales price.
And number of homes sold.
Yeah,
There was like the last 3 weeks, I think it was like every day there was 2, 3 coming up,
yeah,
which is good, and quite a few of them are moving. But that's always like we were saying, a couple of the prices that maybe some people may think they're too high, whether they are or aren't.
yeah.
It's,
It's hard to say. It's all
someone's opinion,
subjective to whoever wants to buy it.
Yep, want and need.
Exactly. Sold percentages. So last month, your percentage was at 104, I think, 0.4% to sale list to sale price. So obviously, it means that things on average were going over asking in January. Makes sense because there was only 25 sales, so
Yeah.
it was pretty
Full inventory.
low inventory. But now it's 99.2, which is good. So most of the time, sellers are getting
What they're asking.
what they're asking, which I think is awesome. It's weird though because I didn't really expect it to go down because our average
No.
sales price is up.
Yeah,
But this is why
price is up
stats are
and-
so weird.
Yeah, I think that's a few like outliers, maybe a couple that are not selling immediately, and
Yeah.
the other ones that are selling kind of right away.
Exactly.
Then moving into our price per square foot, so it went up $10 from $263 in January. Looking at, yeah, we're at $286 right now in February, and $267 in January. I'm just going to look back to pre-COVID here, January 2020. We were at $113.
113, and we're how many? How much?
286 right now.
286, yeah, that's
So that's obviously the price of lumber and everything. You ask any kind of reputable builder, they're going to give you a certain
that's
price. I don't think you're going to be able to build for 116 anymore.
That's true.
But you never know, unless you got some good contacts.
Yeah. So I mean, overall, prices are still significantly higher than pre-COVID. So it's a good time for sellers to sell if you feel like you missed out on COVID prices. I mean, we're obviously not as high as the peak of the market in COVID, but we're still significantly higher again
Than pre-COVID, yeah.
Than pre-COVID. And open houses. Let's talk
Open
about
houses,
those.
open houses, open houses. I've done a few this year. We'll say which houses, but I've done some houses, and I usually do them 2-hour blocks,
Yeah.
give or take, in over 20 groups.
Yeah, that's
People coming
crazy.
through. So that's a lot of people, a lot of foot traffic. That means there's a lot of buyers in the market.
There's a
So
lot
a
of
lot of
buyers.
people are still looking to get into the market that maybe during COVID when the prices were through the roof couldn't get in, right?
Yeah. And now that rates are coming down a little bit, I feel like there's going to be a lot of people coming out of the woodworks here.
Yeah, that's the plan. I hope a lot of those first-time home buyers who couldn't really get into all the bidding wars.
Well,
It'd be nice for some of them to actually get into the housing
Yeah.
market.
I mean, prices are higher, but I feel like we're seeing more conditions. We're seeing a little bit of negotiations sometimes.
Yeah, negotiations back.
I mean, there's still 10 offers on some properties we're seeing, but like there's a good mixture. So I feel like if you are contemplating buying, it is not a bad idea to start looking.
Yeah, at least start those conversations, right?
Because you never know what's going to happen with the house. You might not end up competing with anyone, and then you can negotiate.
Mm-hmm.
So get out there, start looking, and sellers, it's still a really good time to sell as well.
Yeah, you don't know where the market's going to be in 2 years from now. It could
Yeah.
be sky high again, could be...
Where's our crystal ball?
Yeah, exactly. That's always the question. Well, where's it going to be in a year? I don't have the crystal ball today.
Yep, exactly.
For March, where do you think the market's going? Predictions, thoughts, opinions?
Ooh, that's tough. I feel like we're going to have more inventory than February, is my guess. Average sales price? I feel like it will be similar.
Similar to where we're at now?
Do you think it'll go down if we
420?
have more inventory?
That's tough because there's always like a few properties that could really crank up that average sales price, right?
Yeah.
I'm just kind of looking. I'm looking at the graph right here, and typically it keeps climbing a little bit, and then peaks like right around that March, May. Not always, but usually peaks around then March,
Yeah.
May. So
Start of
I think we
springtime.
might get a little bump. If I had a crystal ball here, I'd say a little bump, but I don't think you're not gonna see a significant one.
No, I don't think so either.
No. Yeah, we'll definitely see you guys in the next one. Stay tuned. We got a couple guests lined up. I think you gave a little teaser. Mel,
Yeah.
from the insurance at Allstate. She'll be on next. And we have a lawyer.
Yeah.
I won't say who. And lined up March 6th.
And a special guest.
Special important guest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want to give away too much.
No,
of that
a
yet,
special, very important guest. We'll let you guys know so you guys can ask questions. I'm sure you'll have lots of questions for that guest. And
Yeah.
We'll ask what we can. We'll say that. Yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one.
but- Thanks, guys.